Warning: the opinions and advice you are about to hear on the Above My Pay Grade podcast are presented to you by two complete morons. If you follow them and ruin your career, that's on you. Please seek real advice from people you trust. Seriously, don't be an idiot. The Above My Pay Grade podcast starts now.
Boner alert. It's the Above My Pay Grade podcast.
Nerd alert. Nerd alert.
Oh, man. Jimmy, how are you, sir?
Good, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing good. We're here for episode 8. What could be better than that?
Man, we're almost up to all the Star Wars.
I don't know. I feel like we should be at like episode 30 by now, but whatever. Holidays, right?
It just won't die.
I thought it would be fun today to talk about dumbass coworkers and employees, you know? I mean, we could probably do 4 hours on that.
Easily.
I'm not going to say what made me think of this. I guess.
Yeah, go for it.
You know, maybe some dumbass coworkers and employees. No, I don't have any dumbass employees, but I was thinking about former employees. I honestly don't remember what made me think of this, but you ever have an employee that drinks on the job?
Oh, God. There's been a few.
Well, yeah, that's definitely a dumbass employee for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys know this, but drinking at work, frowned upon.
Yeah, usually.
Frowned upon.
Usually when you're operating heavy equipment, too. But, you know, that doesn't stop certain people out there doing it.
Listen, even if you work at a bar, I've learned from watching Bar Rescue, frowned upon at drinking at work.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be drinking if you're the bartender.
I mean, you know what? I used to bartend a little bit. To have a drink through the whole night is not going to kill you. Like if there's a drink that was messed up or whatever, and you're like sipping on a Long Island iced tea. You know, I used to work in the restaurant biz, and we used to sit there and say, some of the cooks and waiters used to say, it's a kid cup, see me. Because there's no, you know, what the hell does a kid need to see the bartender for? So you knew what it was about.
Well, you say it's okay, but John Taffer says no.
Yeah.
You don't drink, even if you're the bartender. So, I had a driver. So this guy's job was to drive, right?
Yeah.
And, he would come in hungover all the time, stinking like booze, and still clearly hammered from the night before. It's like, all right, sleep it off in the back for a little while, pal. But I did catch him cracking open cans of beer.
A hair of the dog, my friend.
In the van.
Yeah, hair of the dog. If you had a rough night the night before, it's that old school mentality of, let me crack another one, or that's why people have Bloody Marys the next day, to kind of ride off that the edge a little bit, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a slow day, so I kept seeing him. I kept hearing him open the warehouse door, go outside, open the sliding door to the van, and then I'd hear like 30 seconds later, you know, it closes, right? I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing out there? You know what I mean? So it was like, I'm like, I got to see what this guy's up to, you know? So I kind of snuck my way. I was on a phone call, snuck my way over to the van. And I look, and sure enough, there's like a 24-pack of Coors Light in the van.
Yep.
And empties everywhere.
I've seen that. I've seen that with heavy equipment. Like I said, heavy equipment, dump truck, not going to get into where I work. But, you know, guy in the morning, dump truck driver. But the worst part is literally like waiting. They don't usually get out and help that much. They should, but, you know, it never happens. So this is in my former life.
Yeah.
Sitting there, pulls up in a dump truck. We're loading up the dump truck with the spoils that were there from before. And we're like, well, that's weird. Why isn't Paul moving? You know, like, what's going on? He passes out in the driver's seat with the truck on. Now, granted, it's winter. So when it's freezing cold out, you get in a warm truck. No matter who you are, you work outside. That warmth is like probably the best feeling in the world.
I fall asleep even in a cold truck.
Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, I get it. But you don't do it when you just cracked a beer and the beer's in the cup holder, where anybody could come up to the window and knock on the window like, dude, what is wrong? I remember going up to the window. Now I was a helper at the time, so I was no one at the time. And I remember knocking on the window, and here it is, a guy that's like my father's age, if not older at that point, you know, but you're going back 20-something years. So I'd say, shit, man, maybe my you know, maybe in their 50s the guy was, let's just say. And I remember going like, Paul, what the fuck are you doing, man? It's like 10:30
at night, right, Jim? 10:30?
No, I wish I could say it was. I wish I could say it was after a long day of work.
Yeah.
But 10:30 in the morning. You're in a company vehicle. And you have a beer that's wide. Like, listen, if it wasn't me, it could have been a cop. Like, what are you doing in the middle of the road?
You shouldn't have a beer in the middle.
What is going on?
Well, my guy wasn't even in the middle of the road. He couldn't get to the road. Because this dude... So that day that I found him drinking, I don't remember what happened, but whatever. He came back another day. Or maybe it was the day before. That he comes in, and he's completely shit-faced, right? And so I'm like, dude... You can't drive the van like this. You got to go home. I got to send you home. Now, a no-brainer would be like, get the fuck out, you're fired.
Yeah.
But you can't do that anymore, right? Like, oh, you might have a problem. You think? You think, but he's not my problem. My problem is getting the deliveries done, right? So it's like, you got to play this stupid game. But I'm like, all right, dude, you got to go home. You got to go home.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a ride home. I said, get in the van. I'll drive you home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're doing the right thing also by the company and by him.
I'm a sucker.
That. Yeah, but it's the right thing to do.
Yeah,
God forbid you send him off on his own, he gets clipped by a car or something.
Waiting for there was not even Uber back then.
And
this was a long time ago,
technically still at work. And good luck trying to explain that in a court.
True. So he gets in the van, he gets in the passenger seat. And this was not the only time this happened, but for this one, he gets in the passenger seat. I pull around the back of the front of the building. I look both ways. No cars coming. I drive across a 4-lane road and pull into a gas station. Pull up to the pump because I got to get gas to drive this moron home.
You get him more beer too?
Get him a couple cold ones. So, dude, literally across the street, he had fallen asleep already. And when I shut the engine off at the pump, he woke up. He was like, "Where are we? Where are we?" And I'm like, "Dude, the office is right there." What? No, where are we? How long have we been driving? I thought you were taking me home. I'm like, "We're across the fucking street, dude. Across the street." I'm like, "Oh my god." Yeah. So a couple days before that, he was a little tipsy from the night before. But he's like, no, I can do the deliveries. I just can't drive. I'm like, get in.
That's his whole job.
I know. But I'm like, get in. And so what I'm thinking is, I'm going to drive, and he can get out and stumble his ass to the house and drop stuff off. That was
don't even tell me, man.
Hey, I'm not even telling you where I worked at the time, okay? It's not where I work now. But so he gets in the van, and like I was just going to make him do it like once or twice to just show him like, you can't even drop stuff on a doorstep. You know what I mean? Because we work for Amazon. No, I'm just kidding. So he gets in the van. We're driving towards a delivery that had to be done. Again, stopped at a gas station. Oh, I think he needed a drink of water. So he gets out of the van to go into the gas station to get water. And when he gets out, he just stumbles right to the floor and falls right on the ground.
Oh,
and I'm like,
God. And you got to deal with it.
Yeah, I'm like,
you got to clean
now
it
he's
up.
bleeding. I'm like, dude, get in the van. And I just drove his ass home.
I take it he didn't work there much longer.
No.
Okay,
The last straw was the day we found him, drinking the, going out to the van and pulling beers out and cracking them. That was it. That was enough to like have him go home and whatever. It's HR's problem from there.
Yeah, that's
drunk dummy.
Yeah, listen, everyone, you fight that. We talked about in the other episode when you go away that people get totally smashed. Those are people that are just trying to live a life that they haven't lived in a while.
Yeah, have a little fun. That's
when
different.
Someone, when you're doing it every day, like those are the champs. But he's not a champ.
No, he was not a champ.
He's like a former champ. Yeah. He's past his prime. He needs to hang it up.
Yes, he's definitely not a champ. I wonder what ever happened to that dude. Let's give out his name.
Yeah. Call in if you don't buy.
Look, it was sad because he was a nice guy. I felt bad for him. He was going through some shit, obviously, but like, you can't show up to work drunk, you idiot.
It's different. He gave him the pass the one time. Like, listen,
dude, I gave this guy a pass
I'm sure
like
you gave him
3-4 times.
Passes. Yeah, it sucks when you get to that point, but at one point you have to cut ties. You just got to do it.
I got one more on an employee. I won't say if it's the same employee or not, but this dude was cheating on his wife, right? And everyone in the office knew it because he was doing it. He was banging another coworker, and so he decides he's going away for the weekend. For the weekend with this other coworker. So I didn't know this. He tells his wife that he has to go to like the main office to do inventory, right? So of course he sloshed all weekend. So come Monday, he's not even to work on time. Starts calling me telling me, hey, my wife's going to call you. You tell her that we wound up having to stay over an extra night to do inventory. I said,
not getting involved.
Don't you fucking dare
No way.
get me involved in this.
Yep.
I said, I'm not doing nothing. So I'm cursing him out. I'm like, you're fucking crazy, man. I'm like, you got the wrong guy. I am not getting involved in this. And dude, I turn around and his wife is standing right there in the doorway to my office. I was like,
it is what it is, man.
yeah. I just said, 1 minute. And I walked past and I said, guess what? Your wife's here. You're fucked.
Stupid, man.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Dumbass.
And now let me ask you, on the whole paradigm of things, were you his boss?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know. Dude, I was his boss, but I was like 20, like 21.
Hey, man, I need
had
you to
no
do
business.
me a favor. That's like,
Yeah.
hey, could you hide these drugs here for a
Yeah.
little bit? No.
Yeah, sure. No problem. Put them in my top drawer. Hold on. Let me put a note in my Palm Trio as to where you hit it so I can remember. Dumbass. Yeah. No, I was like 21. I had no business being in charge of anyone. Apparently, I was a terrible boss.
Yeah, we had that. I worked in the restaurant business. I'm not going to name where, but local to where we are. And we had a manager, older lady. Hey, listen, good for you. You know, you're married, had a son, but, you know, there was one cook that was having his way with her every night.
Yeah.
And it just made it awkward for everyone. Because it wasn't like you hit it.
Right.
You know, they didn't even hide it.
No, these people didn't either.
They don't even care enough to like let's. I don't want everyone to know. Like the rumors could go around about anybody. The rumors are rumors, but when it's solidified, and then the father comes in with the kid, and it's just a feeling of awkwardness. It's like, don't do that to people, man. It's just strange.
Yeah. You know when you walk into work and your conference room smells like Badusi, there's a problem. There's problems everywhere.
Yeah, it's
dumbass coworkers, man.
Yeah. Then you get the lazy ones that just, listen, I'm all about trying to get, through, not having a crazy week or anything, but, it only works when everybody's at least doing something. So you're all moving forward, but you get that one person that just takes advantage of it. Just takes the advantage, like to the point where it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna, let me try to do my best to, do this and do that. Oh, I was supposed to do that. Oh, could you help? And it's always one of those things where it's like, I'm always gonna help a coworker, but dude, you're starting to run thin on me, man. I'm, no offense, you got to start doing your share here. I'm sick of doing like your part of it. And then everyone's getting, it's almost like being in, I'll bring it back. It's like going to college, you know, and they do that. All those teachers got to do those. All right, we're going to work together as a group. It's going to be a group project. And you're like, fuck, man.
Yeah. Now I got to do all the damn work.
Yeah, because you look at the people you're with. You're like looking at her like, this guy can't even show up to class half the time and he's drunk half the time. He's coming in hungover. It's like,
that's not fair.
Yeah, it's like, all right, here we go. And then, it's a group grade. Yeah, it's really great. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Hey, look, here's one of the good things now, like what the projects kids do, right? Like at school, is that the systems they use track who does what.
Tracks who's on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's gone. Like the day of like one person doing all the work and everyone else getting the credit.
It depends because, like I said, my daughter, I just had it in high school and she was complaining about that same thing.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, sometimes you got to lift the other team members up.
Yep.
And sometimes you'll get graded on that. I go, but don't look at the teachers like they don't know. They know who's putting in the work and who's not.
Yep.
Just try to do your best on it. And they could tell.
Yeah.
When you're presenting and you're presenting everything like as if you've read it a bunch of times and that person gets up, doesn't even know how to speak. They're like, all right, there's the moron that didn't put any time into it. So we know
the dummy that just showed up today.
Yeah. We know he's getting the B out of all the A's here. So, It happens, but there's people take advantage.
Yeah,
it's sad. They take advantage of companies. People steal things. I never understood that.
Oh, dude, I had somebody that worked for me once, another driver at one point, and this dude, he applied for the job, and I knew him, so I'm like, okay, he's a good dude, right? Like I actually knew him. I wasn't really friends with him, but I knew him. Well, I hired him as a driver. The first time I tried to give him stops, he's like, hey, I'm just not feeling like leaving right now. I'll do them later. I'm like, the fuck, right?
Yeah.
So the guy worked there maybe 3 weeks, right? But I figured out, I go in like the room where the drivers had desks, computers to like look up addresses and stuff, do some map questing. Remember when you had to print up your map quest?
Boy, Waze has made us lazy.
Dude, computer gone. Computer
Yeah. Gone.
At least 2 computers gone from this room. And I'm like, and I knew this dude did computer work, right? Like he used to build little computers and sell them. I'm like, this motherfucker's stealing computers.
But how brazen are you to do that? I mean, come on, give me a break. It's a company. They hired you. You just what did you do? Wrap it up while someone's looking at you? Ted, you say anything, I'll fucking kill you. And you're wrapping the cord around the
I don't even think they tried that hard. It sounds to me like he just carried it to his car.
Probably made it look like, oh no, Jeremy told me I got to work on this.
Jeremy said to take this home and work on it. So one of the things everyone's definitely learned today is that when I was 21, I was a terrible manager. I was not ready for this shit.
Yeah, but think about what you just said. 21. Who's ready at 21? I mean, it's every manager that's middle-aged or half-aged or whatever you say, half dead or even older. They all learned at some point, whether they went through the shit themselves or they literally watched or heard stories of others going through it and learned from it. It all comes with age and
experience.
The experience, man. TV shows may give you some experience. Oh, let me see how they handle that. Maybe that'll work. You have to know what you're dealing with. You may deal with a union shop, non-union shop. That's a totally different ball game, man. Like you really have to know what you're dealing with when it comes down to that stuff.
I once worked at a radio station that was owned by CBS. And it's funny because there was 4 radio stations in the same building, and one of them was 2 of them were union and two weren't. So I was only allowed to work in these 2, and I was not allowed to step foot in the other 2.
I'm telling you, unions can be strong. Was one of those WNBC?
WNBC. No, this was in Detroit. So I used to board up sports games, and I guess I was probably a terrible coworker then. No, I actually did a really good job for the most part.
So he says.
No. I did good. I actually wound up producing a talk show out there. But I hated board opping sports. It was the most boring shit you've ever done, right? So literally, you have to listen to the whole game.
Yeah.
And most of it's on automation, right? So like, they go to commercial. There's like a silent tone that we can't hear, but it triggers the commercials. So you just have to watch to make sure the commercials trigger, and then once an hour you hit the button for top of the hour, WNBC, right? You're listening to WNBC. That's it. That's all I did. So most of the time I was just sitting there trying to keep my eyes open. I'm like, oh my God. I don't know what's more boring than baseball. Oh, here's the answer. Baseball on the radio. Right? So
Jeremy's not a sports guy. I know there's people out there that like sports and listen to baseball. Nothing wrong with you.
Yeah,
it's
you're
not
fine.
his thing.
I'd just rather watch grass grow. But I had to board up a basketball game. More boring than baseball. And
once again, you may like basketball, but that's okay.
That's all right. You're an idiot. So the fun part is I never listened to it on the station before.
Yeah.
So you just follow the sheets, And I thought I followed the sheets. I thought everything was over because, not only do you have the game, but you have the pregame, you have the game, then you have the postgame, and then you have after the postgame, all this shit that you have,
Yeah.
It's like, how long are we going to talk about this game, So I left. I was like halfway home, and they called me up, and they're like, dude, where are you? The thing is still on. The game's still on. And I'm like, well, I'm not coming back. So you're going to have to figure that out.
So you got a taste of what you're, So
because I was hammered. No, I'm just kidding.
I didn't want to do the routes.
Yeah. Now I'll do it later.
Yeah, so we had, like I said, not referencing work, but we also had a general manager where I work. So, everyone was down for happy hours going out, and it was great because you need that. Sometimes you need that breakdown of the craziness.
Everybody needs a happy ending hour. Wait, that's not what you said?
No.
Oh, shit, sorry.
You're not in Thailand anymore, buddy. So, listen. Basically, we meet at the office, after work, like 2:30, but everyone would go.
Yeah.
It was never like, if you're a supervisor down, you can't go, or if you're this and down. It was for everyone. Yeah. It was all the way up to VPs, down to like your first level, just walked in the door 2 weeks ago, supervisor.
Yeah.
Probably one of the better times at work culturally, for a good culture.
That's cool.
Sitting there. And then to the one general manager, speaking of drinking on the job, one person bought in a homemade bottle of wine. Now you think, thanks for bringing in that bottle of wine. I can't wait to try it at home. He goes in the office and closes the door. Literally, the story is literally like an hour later, he comes out, the bottle's empty. Bottle's empty. He asked the same guy, hey, you have any more of that wine?
I spilled it.
And that's one of the times we go, oh my God, you hear these things happening, but you literally saw it. Now, this is when you're younger. Go to find out, like maybe about a month later, same GM, same take-home vehicle, bangs up the vehicle.
Oh, boy.
Drunk.
Yeah.
So instead of calling it in, this protocol with the job, calling it in, the whole thing, you're reporting, didn't do that, decided to take the vehicle. Now, unmarked, because he's up higher, unmarked, brings it to a shop. Shop fixes it, and they think everything's good. Well, meanwhile, our people go in, they run things, they run it. So, basically got caught, and when it came down like hellfire. When that came out, it was like this massive, like email, announcement that, no more after hours, and it shut it down. Ruined the culture.
Yeah.
Because you used to get a lot of great talks and a lot of things, you could actually stop bullshit from happening before it happens.
Yeah,
You're able to talk it out or figure it out. Oh no, I know that guy. You had that common area where you could do that.
Yep.
Took it away.
Yeah.
Gone.
Oof.
Gone. And ruined it. So it's like, talk about a shitty coworker. You just couldn't handle it the right way. And others, not the only other person. There's been some other stories. Supervisors getting jammed up. Doing the thing. It happens, and it's just all companies.
Hey, look,
you see it all the time.
Every company has great employees and shit employees.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true. Now, I wonder if the shit, and because my brain is fucking weird.
Yeah.
I wonder if the shit employees know they're shit employees, or they actually sit there thinking they're one of the better employees. Meanwhile, the rest of the company thinks that's a shit employee.
I think the answer is both.
Yeah,
right?
It's crazy.
I think there's shit employees that know they're shit employees and they purposely act like shit employees because they don't give a shit. And then there's ones that totally suck, but they think they're the greatest.
They think they're great and stuff, and they're like, I don't know what made them think that, Mm-hmm. And it's
I've had that happen before. Like, I had somebody who thought they were the greatest thing in the world, and they tried to hold me back and hold me down, right? So this person thought that they were the smartest. They thought they knew everything. So when I came into this department, again, different company than I'm at now. When I came into this department, they asked if I could be under them because they knew my history in the business already, and they didn't want me to shine over them because they thought that they were the greatest thing in the world, right? And I was like, okay, well, whatever. I can work for anyone.
What about the shitty coworkers? And I'm going to say coworkers, but sometimes they're your boss.
Yeah.
Or people in higher power than you that take some of your ideas or take some of the things you have. They run it as if it's their own.
Yep.
And to your point, keep you in that lower echelon. But you're the one thing, you're like the think tank.
Yeah.
Getting shit done and stuff. I've seen that plenty of times.
Oh, no. This person did that shit to me.
Yeah. And it's just, you sit there.
Lisa.
Yeah. Well, it's true, though. You sit there and you're just you motherfuckers, man.
I know.
And you make sure, it's sad because you always want to share ideas and share things, but there's people at work that sometimes do not speak up in meetings, and they'll grab me afterwards saying, hey, I got an idea. And I'm like, oh, why didn't you say that? They're like, nah, because I've already had ideas poached from me.
Yeah. People steal them.
I'm just not doing that. I'm telling you in confidence. I'm like, well, then write an email to me, and I'll make sure it gets out to people.
Yeah,
and
with your name on it.
I'll CC that he thought of it. It's right there. She thought of it. Her name's on there. I'm just passing it along so you know where it came from. And it's still happening to today. It's crazy.
That's crazy, man.
And you almost want to go to these people you made it already. You already made it to one of those higher levels. What are you doing?
Yeah, why do you got to steal someone else's idea?
It looks better as a leader to sit there and empower your people, move them up.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? Man, that guy Jeremy was great, man. He listened, he helped me out. That's what makes people remember you.
100%.
But then you have shitty coworkers that actually want to take your ideas. It's like, what is wrong with you?
The worst leaders in the world are the ones that hold their people back. The best leaders in the world are the ones who try to bring them up with them and then let them even surpass you.
I love watching people get promoted, man. And if I had anything to do with it, or helping them, and it's no better feeling.
Yep.
You've made it as a real, true leader. Like I said, we all have careers in the past. Sometimes it was more, I was thinking about my own career at times. And not saying I made all the right decisions. Everyone makes mistakes. But now in the position I'm in, especially in the age I'm in and having the kind of, I guess experiences, I get more out of it watching others get pro. Like, I love it.
No, 100%.
I absolutely love it. And when they come out with great ideas, it's like, dude, that's great. You got to run with that.
Oh, me too.
It's not... I thought of this, and then what about this? Oh, I don't know. Let me go check with the person who really thought of it and get back to you.
Yeah.
It's not how you operate.
I learned a long time ago, I'm not the smartest person in the room. Even if I'm the biggest expert about something, there's people that think differently than me. I'm bringing them in.
Yes.
I have people I bring in that are even new. I'm like, I want fresh.
You need people that think differently from you. Mm-hmm. The problem is when you bring in yes people or people that don't think for themselves and they think like you, you're going to get... Hey, Jeremy, did you know that if you're planning to go to a festival this summer, that you can order outfits and accessories on Amazon?
Say what? Wait. So you mean to tell me that now that I've spent $1,500 on my tickets to Fire Festival 2, I can get a fire outfit on Amazon, Jim?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Wow.
I mean, when I go, I can tell you right now, I'm ordering the men's cutoff denim shorts with the Ariat men's heritage toe Western cowboy boots.
Hell yeah. That's going to look great. That's going to look amazing.
It's going to be scary.
I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to pick something. I'm going to get the women's Diana bra. It's like leopard print. I'm going to look hot in that.
Just make sure you get a nice pair of sunglasses over there, too.
Yeah.
But really, why settle for ordinary when extraordinary is just a few taps away? With curated collections for every festival, Amazon makes it easy to plan, shop, and shine.
That's right, Jimmy.
I know.
Head over to abovemypaygradepodcast.com/Amazon. Shop now. Jim, what are you going to get for Coachella this year? What are you thinking?
Oh, man. Huh? I don't know. There's this little mini skirt that I was looking at. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't even go to Coachella. But, hey, other people will. And it's not just for festivals. It's really for everyday gear that you want to wear. It's got everything.
Yeah.
It's Amazon.
Yeah. I mean, they have so much stuff on here, guys.
Accessories, wink, wink.
Suntan lotion. You're gonna need that at Fire Festival. For when you're waiting for the helicopters to come in and save you. Since it's not real.
I would do like the army, and I get some ready-to-eat meals just in case you're stranded out there.
Yeah,
but
they'll
that's
have
just
the cheese sandwiches again, I'm sure. Hey, look.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, it's a festival. You want to dress like a hoe? They have a lot of great outfits on Amazon. Just go to our website, abovemypaygradepodcast.com /Amazon. Click the link. Be a hoe in no time. Next day delivery, right, Jim?
The Amazon Festival Shop. Celebrate more, stress less, shop now.
Now, back to Above My Pay Grade.
Seem outcome.
Well, let's get away from the seriousness of this.
Yeah, I hear.
When you were younger in your career, best prank you ever pulled on a coworker?
Oh my! Well,
you ever prank a boss?
Yeah.
What's your best one?
So I wouldn't say my best one, but there's
your group.
Many they've done. So I can't get into names because they may listen to this, and I don't want to. So there is a person in where we work, and I almost said it, but. Basically, this guy was great.
KB Toys. Oh, shit. I did it again. I told people where you work. I'm sorry.
He was hilarious. So he
was his name Jim?
Well,
no, I'm just kidding.
His name was actually Brian.
Okay.
Real name there, but I'm not giving you any last names. Funny. He could pull pranks on both union management. Didn't matter. Like, he could get away with some crazy shit. So there was a time we had a supervisor who had a problem going to a restroom. Basically, what they did was he was always afraid to go because he had stomach issues.
Okay.
So he'd find a bathroom and he would have to go. And they would always mess them banging on the doors and stuff like that. So one time he had another union guy hide in the showers and someone so he's actually blowing the bathroom up and the guy's in the shower and he's making the shower curtain move a little bit and he's shitting and he don't know if there's a a rat in there or something. And then at some point they scared the shit out of him. Like he jumped out and he literally like, he was like, oh, you know, because his stomach was hurting. They done that. I mean, he's also, there was managers out in the field and we, you know, there's night jobs and stuff. It happens.
Yeah.
And, they had a manager in the car, and they took saran wrap and saran wrapped them in the car.
What, was he sleeping?
So he couldn't get out. Yeah.
Well, so this isn't a prank. I'll tell you my favorite pranks. But you said that about somebody going to the bathroom, and I was just thinking, there was a manager that I worked for, and he was fucking hilarious, and he was taking a shit once, and there's only 3 bathrooms in this huge customer service area, and I remember this woman was like waiting for a bathroom, and she goes and knocks on the one that he's in, right? And you just hear, come in. That made me laugh so hard. All right, here's my favorite pranks that we ever pulled on somebody. Had a manager who hated cats. I'll tell you 2 that we did to this woman, and she had a great sense of humor. She hated cats. She was so against cats. Like, if you even mentioned cats, she hated it, right? So she was on vacation for a week, and every time she went on vacation, we'd do something to prank her. So we created a flyer that basically said that it was her. You know, she was sponsoring Bring Your Cat to Work Day. And we put a date on it, and we posted it on, like, in the break room, like, on all the bulletin board. But purposely, I chose a Sunday so that nobody would actually bring their cat to work. She almost shit a chicken when we did that. Bring Your Cat to Work Day. But the other thing was, she was away, and we decided we were going to shrink her office, right? So we took a picture of her office, and then we took these huge cardboard boxes and covered the whole thing so that all it was enough room to open the door, right? And then we made an exact replica of her office, but using like doll furniture I actually took from my daughter. So it was like her desk, you know, we drew the artwork she had on her wall. So when she got back from vacation, she opens her office and it's like it's like a little 1-foot office that she was like so pissed. But isn't that great?
Yeah, you gotta listen. You
kept it fun.
Gotta have fun.
Yeah,
I would say if you don't laugh, and that's something that people could bring with them for years. Oh, remember the time you did that? You know, it's. I mean, he would break down barriers at work doing some of the things he would do, and it was crazy.
People still reach out to me about that one.
Yeah,
remember when we shrunk her office?
Yeah, it's like things. You know, that's the kind of stuff you need. Those stories. Listen, what are you going to talk about at the retirement parties? Oh, yeah, we worked together. We worked a lot of overtime on getting the work done. No, you want to talk about? Remember the crazy shit you used to do to me? Oh yeah, we used to do that. You know, it's like
remember Bring Your Cat to Work Day?
Yeah, you just have a blast, man. You know.
Well, here's something that's not a prank, Jim, and that is we're out of time. Episode 8 is done.
A little on the serious side, but also some fun. Whatever. You know, listen, people are shitty.
Yeah. People suck.
That are shitty work. They have to make a living. Yeah. Unfortunately, we have to work with them. So.
It's true. Yep. Well, guys, what the hell? We need you to go to abovemypaygradepodcast.com. I sound like a broken fucking record. And submit your horrible boss stories. Submit your worst job ever stories. Submit some stuff for us to read here, people, and comment on. That's your part. What do you want me to do? Everything? Jimmy can't do everything for you. He's spoon feeding you this entertainment. He can't come to your house and write these messages to us for you two. He doesn't have that kind of time.
No. Nor the will, to be honest with you.
All right, man. It's been fun.
Take care, everyone.
Peace out.
Thanks for listening to the Above My Pay Grade podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you prefer to listen. Above My Pay Grade is produced by Kilohertz Media. Copyright 2025. Visit abovemypaygradepodcast.com for more info.